for frig's sake, do they want to get rid of all this asbestos?
Because it's a carcinogen.
What?
Causes cancer.
Only if you eat it.
Or breathe it.
Every friggin' thing causes cancer nowadays. Asbestos is a great insulator. Getting rid of it's going to make this church as cold as hell.
Hot.
What?
Hell is hot, not cold.
How the hell would you know?
Everyone knows hell is hot.
Whoever came up with that. Hell is hot. Most of the time we're freezing our arses off. If hell really is hot, saying go to hell would be like a nice greeting. Hi there, kind of cold out, don't you think? Yeah, hope you go to hell. Stupid to make hell hot. Hell really should be cold.
You really should get back to work.
Go to hell.
Will you stop cursing, please? You are in a church.
Yeah, well, it's not the friggin' 16th chapel.
The what?
You know, the 16th chapel. The one with the fingers almost touching on the ceiling.
The Sistine Chapel, you idiot. Just stop swearing.
What the?
That's what I mean.
I don't know what the you mean.
You keep swearing in a church.
Oh, my Lord, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. And don't say the Lord's name in vain.
How's it vain? It's not like I'm looking in a freaking mirror saying Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, I look good.
You can stop any time, buddy.
You seriously think saying the Lord's name is going to send me to hell?
Something bad might happen to you.
Ooh, superstitious much?
And you know what they say about this place?
It's haunted. What a crock of...
Well, how do you explain candlelight shining through the basement windows every night?
I think it's just a reflection.
Every night. No lights on, and yet everyone sees it through the windows of this place.
It's not every night. Maybe there's something in here that reflects the moon.
Well, you seem to have an explanation for everything. I'm gonna hedge my bets and keep my mouth clean while I'm in here. Just in case.
You don't seriously believe that old folk story about the minister's wife exploding into flames, do you?
Maybe it really happened. There was a fire in here.
Yeah, maybe. And maybe I'm a leprechaun.
Stop swearing!
You seriously think saying a couple words would make something bad happen?
Let's talk more work.
How do you know it's a she that's haunting this place?
Do you ever get tired of being so stupid?
Maybe it's a ghost who's mad at God. And they like my swearing.
Shut
Or
up.
maybe it's the you, devil.
Yeah, okay. Sorry I brought it up.
God is going to strike me down for saying his name. How do you even know he speaks English?
Latin. God speaks Latin.
Why the hell would he speak Latin? What is he, from Mexico?
Just talk.
Jesus, Mary, and Taco.
What don't you understand about not swearing in a freaking fudging freaking church?
Looks like someone's going to hell after all.
I am going to get some air.
Place is haunted. What a woos. Oh, God's going to strike me down. Oh, some people believe the damnedest things. Holy!
You must be.
Sister Vivian Salter. You must be Officer Llewellyn.
You can call me Buddy. I could tell it was you from the habit. You've got to have a habit. Seems like a pretty harmless one. That was a joke.
I know.
I didn't know your kind still wore those.
We can wear what we want. I support a sister's right to choose.
That was a joke, right? We've cordoned off the scene. We thought with you being a nun, you'd have some knowledge of the church that might be helpful.
It's a Baptist church.
Uh-huh.
Nuns are Catholic.
Well, you're all working for the same boss, right?
I'm sure your sense of humor is amusing,
Thank you.
just not to me.
Well, I heard you have a reputation for helping with investigations in the city, so it's pretty lucky that you were here when this happened.
Fortuitous for you, particularly inconvenient for me.
Yes, I realize you're here to look after your dad. How is he doing?
He broke his hip. He's not fit to live at home.
Poor old guy. I heard you were in town to settle him into the nursing home, so I figured you'd be in Parsboro for a while.
May I ask how you know the details of my situation?
Oh, small town. Word gets around.
Yes, there was quite a bit of talk about me. Leaving made it stop. So, what do you know so far?
Well, I heard you left town to marry a Catholic man against her dad's wishes, and then he left you, and then you decided...
What do you know so far in the case?
Oh, right.
Of the body?
We found the body in the basement while a asbestos removal company were taking down some walls. People think we found the burned body of the minister's wife.
The body was burned.
Well, you know, it was quite blackened, but I think it's just an old body that shifted from wherever it was buried.
Is there a graveyard here?
Well, not a marked one, but it's a church. Seems obvious they would have buried people here.
Obvious is just what you see first, not necessarily the explanation. Now, what makes you think this?
Well, look, I'm not even one for being in a place like this. That's why we asked you in, look through the records, check the exterior grounds, and find out who was buried here and when.
In a place like this, when you say that, do you mean in a church?
Religion makes me nervous.
The existence of God is a scary proposition. It means we're not in control.
Sorry, sister, I'm an atheist. I don't suppose you've ever considered atheism.
Indeed, I have. But I found I just didn't have the faith for it.
Faith?
It takes far more faith to believe in nothing than it does to believe in something.
Well, I happen to believe in science and facts.
Yes, and what are the facts?
Egg, sperm, you're born, you grow, you decline, you die.
In the case, what are the facts in the case? Have you checked the missing persons records?
There are no missing persons, but I put in a wider regional request from outside, but I haven't heard anything yet. Oh, excuse me. Hey, Duck.
Duck?
Darryl, but he bumped his head so often we called him Duck. We yelled Duck so many times the name just stuck. Seriously, didn't you hear? We shut the site down yesterday. The boys found a body in the wall. Can't start work again until the site is investigated.
Body?
Yeah, I know it. I think you should let it go.
Need money.
Listen, now that he's gone, Sonny and the old man are really struggling to run the farm now.
Are you Daryl Harrison?
Yes.
Vivian Salter, do you remember me?
No.
I looked after you when your siblings were in school.
Going now.
Okay. Take care, big guy.
I babysat him when he was 5. He was quite a gregarious child.
So I've heard, but I've been here 20 years and he's always been the same old Duck.
Who's gone?
What?
You said, now that he's gone.
Oh, I guess word wouldn't have reached you. We had a pretty rough week here. We won the junior hockey championship. It was terrific. We had a huge celebration. But the next day, the fellow responsible for that victory, our coach, Llewellyn, was killed in a farming accident.
Killed how?
Fell under his own tractor. Lost control, fell out of the cab and was crushed. He might have survived, except the tractor hit a propane tank and exploded.
Curious.
Not really. He really shouldn't have been on the muddy road in spring thaw. If only we hadn't won. Maybe he would have paid more attention. If only...
If only things don't happen the way that they happen. Sometimes it's very difficult to accept God's plan for us.
It just happened, okay? No plan, no nothing. Just a random accident. No God, no nothing.
There is always a force behind things that makes them happen. That is a tenet of science. Surely atheists believe in the laws of nature. Now, what about sex?
Sex? You're a nun. Well, sorry. What?
The sex of the remains found in the basement.
Oh, I'm right. It hasn't been determined yet.
The lumbar curve is greater in women, and the pelvis tilts anteriorly. If I could see it, I'd probably be able to determine it.
Well, I guess we should go downstairs and take a look then.
I love your outfit.
Thank you.
You're not from here, right?
I am, but I haven't been back to Parisborough in a number of years.
That's a long time. I heard that you solved a bunch of gruesome murders in the city, and now you're here to solve the mystery of who killed the body in the church.
We don't know whether the body was killed or how it ended up in the church.
I saw this show once where this body was found, and this female detective was trying to figure out whose body it was, but it was all mangled and mutilated, so she couldn't tell. But then she gets the DNA tests back, and she finds out that the body is her own freaking body, and she finds out that she herself is really an evil clone who killed her own freaking self.
Let's hope that's not the case this time.
Whatever happened at the church, you're here to figure it out, right?
I'm here to look after my father.
I love mysteries and horror and all that stuff. I watch a lot of those shows. My favorite ones are The Seven Deadly Sins, The Risen, and of course, The Cursed.
Of course.
But if you want blood, you can always watch Psycho Killers, Cracked, or From the Depths of Agony.
It sounds like the devil's got himself a broadcast license.
Chronicles of a Demon is about this guy that's addicted to sewing other people's body parts onto himself. So, he's got like fingers on his thighs and elbows in his back. And then there's the tormented, the troubled, witch hunt diaries. These women are hunted down for being witches, but in the end, they get all the dudes that are trying to burn them at the stake, and they collect their man parts. Can you imagine?
I'm trying not to.
And then I saw in this one episode of Monster Evolution, the killer was using dead babies to fertilize his lawn. No kidding. Babies. I'm Sunny, by the way. They call me that on the account of my sunny nature.
I'm Sister Vivian. I'm just waiting to check with the nurse about my father's condition.
Aw, I'm here to look after my dad, too. Well, he's not my dad, but he's like my dad. Maybe more like my granddad. His name's Matthew, but I call him Poppy.
Yes, I guess I'll just put my book down.
He had a stroke, and it's kind of hard because my brother, well, he wasn't really my brother. He was like my brother, just died. And that was the same day that Poppy had the stroke.
Your brother was Leotario.
Well, not my brother, but like my brother. Maybe more like my uncle. Whatever. It was my family. So now it's just me on the farm. I'm just waiting for Poppy to wake up so I can ask him what he wants me to do tomorrow.
From what I've heard, Leo was a celebrated hero.
Are you kidding? What he did for this town was amazing. He could have been an NHL star, but he gave all of that up to stay here. Poppy said that all the time about him. He could have been a contender.
Well, hello, ladies. You must be the famous detective nun. I'm Winnie, your dad's nurse.
Actually, I'm a professor of philosophy at Mount St. Vincent University.
Well, that sounds like a smart title. Welcome to the jungle.
The jungle?
We call the hallway the jungle because of the wandering patients. We like to get them out of their rooms and interacting.
I see.
Right, Helen? This is Helen. She doesn't speak, But she can hear you, so go ahead and talk to her sometimes. See? She just smiles and laughs a lot. She has this habit of not wanting to go to the bathroom when she should. So if you smell something, it's probably Helen.
Oh, sweet delusion.
And this is Norman. Poor thing. His wife dropped him off here one day and wouldn't take him back. She said it was between him and the cat didn't snore.
Another charming small-town love affair.
His brain waves fall a little short of the beach, but we love you, don't we, Norman?
I suppose someone's got to.
I know they look a bit odd and they act weird at first, but you'll get used to it.
Old age. Proof God has a sense of humor.
Sonny, I just have to get Poppy up and at him. The doc is coming to check on him at noon, and I want him to be alert.
Can I at least put these healing crystals on his windowsill?
Fine, but be quick about it. You can visit with him at 1. Now, you probably want to know how your dad is. He's stable, but we can't get him to eat. Now, if you saw the food around here, that wouldn't surprise you much, but if we can't get him on a steady diet, we're going to have to put in a feeding tube.
He says he's quite comfortable during the day, but he's having an awful lot of trouble at night.
Oh, that's normal. Just probably getting used to the place, new bed, new routine, you know. Just give him a few weeks, I'm sure he'll settle right in. We all do, right, Norman? Oh, no. Excuse me. Helen? We gotta work on that pelvic floor, right? Don't worry, dear, I'll get someone to help you. Doris, honey, can you come help Mrs. Madden? Doris is a master with the poop. I don't know what we do with that. We call her Diarrhea Doris. She has this way of knowing and rushes them there, you know?
There.
To the toilet. Geriatric people who take 5 minutes to turn on a TV, and she can get them to the can in about 50 seconds.
Nice to know people who are living their calling.
Oh no, I gotta go. Mrs. Steves likes to put her hospital gown on backwards, just to see if she can get the old guys going. She's still got it, but nobody wants to see it. I'll be right back.
Well, I guess I'll come back at 1.
Sonny, you mentioned Leo earlier. Can you tell me what happened to him?
It was awful. It was one of those horrible, wet, muddy days. Leo was driving the tractor up the lane beside the barn when a wheel got stuck. He gunned it to get it to move, but it spun out of control and flipped him right out of the seat. One of the tractor's giant wheels ran right over him. I ran to call 911, but that's when I saw the tractor slam into the propane tank. The whole thing went up like a bomb. The barn was spared, except the wall beside the tank. I'd never seen anything like it. I have in shows, but not in real life.
You were there.
Yeah, me and Poppy. I was out in the field with the new calves. Poppy was so shocked, he had a stroke and ended up here. Weird how things can change so fast. At the funeral, people said that if only we hadn't won the championship, maybe he wouldn't have died. People thought that he was up too late because he was celebrating at the victory bonfire and he wasn't paying attention. Victory bonfire.
Did you attend the victory bonfire?
Oh yeah, it was the best night ever. The whole town was there.
First off, congratulations. You played right, nobly, honorably. I couldn't be prouder than I am in this moment. Tonight, each and every one of you are champions. I don't want you to ever forget that. And I want you to remember how you came to be champions. By being yourselves, by playing the game with integrity, with decency.
Sounds like a great coach.
It's not easy. Nothing's easy.
He was. Everybody loved him.
But through perseverance, and hard work you prevail. You came into the series the underdogs and you won. And you did it by playing clean and sticking together. Let's hear the howl of the wolves. Oh! And you did it by being Max Wheaton and Sam Levy and Emma Harrison and Josh Merriam. I want you to carry on this win and be champions in your lives. Now our brand new mascot is going to lead the cheer for our champion goalie, Sonny Adams!
Hip, hip,
Hooray!
You're the goalie. Congratulations.
Yeah, Leo taught me everything I know. Made me stand in front of the dryer while he took shots at it.
I see.
Hip, hip,
Hooray!
We won in second overtime.
Sounds like a great victory. Hip, hip, hip.
Hooray!
I got lucky. I owe you so much. This has been amazing.
You're grateful to him for putting you on the team,
Yeah, that, and for rescuing me.
rescuing you.
I'm not from here. I used to live on the streets of Halifax. My dad was an alcoholic. My mom wasn't anywhere to be found. On cold nights, I'd sleep in a homeless shelter.
You know you can do anything you want. You just gotta believe, Sonny.
How did you meet him?
The hockey team raises money for the shelter, so they came to visit once. Leo needed some extra help on the farm. I didn't like where I was, so I came to live here.
Things are gonna get much better.
I guess they are. Where did you get all the money for the new mascot?
Whatever happens, I just want you to know I've always got your back. But you gotta trust me. I'm gonna have to take some chances. But when you take chances, my friend, the possibilities are endless.
I never would have thought tonight was possible.
Oh, I have a surprise for you. Can I have everyone's attention? As you all know, our uniforms are getting pretty old, so I took it upon myself and I got us new shirts.
Woohoo! Oh, Doc, check this out.
Let's go.
Screw that. Actually, screw this.
So Nurse Winnie was there.
Are you kidding? She doesn't ever miss a party.
I may be wasted, but the condom in my pocket doesn't have to be.
She drinks too much and always embarrasses herself. But in the morning, she's the most dedicated nurse you'd ever want to meet.
Has anyone ever told you how sexy a quiet man is? I love quiet men. Wanna know why? Because they're quiet.
So the nurse and doc are a couple.
Well, they are, but she kind of goes out with everyone.
Look at that mascot. He's awesome. I'm gonna go make out with that wolf. Woo!
Got money.
Oh, Doc, how's it going, big guy? What's up inside that big giant head of yours?
Bills to pay.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna come into some money soon, and seriously, dude, you're first on my list.
So Leo owed Doc money.
We needed some extra help on the farm, so Leo hired Duck. But it's been kind of tight here lately, so Leo hadn't paid him yet.
Heard that.
Hey, Coach of the Year! Way to go.
Wow, I had awesome motivation with the whole town supporting us. Oh, how's Simon?
Simon.
He's fantastic. Top of his class.
Her son, he's away at university.
Let's go.
Well, what do you say you and I stay up all night, maybe share a scotch and sofa?
Well, I think you maybe just had one too many.
Oh, bugger off.
Duck, what do you think of the new shirt?
I don't.
Come on now. You gonna do this thing?
He bothering you?
No. You couldn't harm a fly even if you wanted to. Right?
We sat around the fire after the shirts were given out, and I told a ghost story. I don't remember a lot after that, except a lot of singing and dancing.
What time did you leave?
I left around 1, but I guess it went on after that because people in town Said they could see the smoke from the fires right into the next morning.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Sonny.
Thanks. So, you think the minister's wife killed the body in the church?
Ghosts aren't usually suspects.
Tormented souls can be dangerous.
I won't argue with you.
They say she sings. When the moon is full. I've never heard her, but it sounds possible.
Or maybe somebody just made it up.
Maybe, but a lot of people have seen the candlelight flickering in the basement, including me. I saw it once.
It is a curious phenomenon.
The candlelight, the singing, and then a body drops out of the wall. Just saying, it sounds like the work of an angry demon.
I should go now. It was nice to meet you, Sonny.
Nice meeting you too.
Softly creeping, left its scenes while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence.
I didn't expect anyone to be in the church so early. This is an investigation site.
Told to work.
All of the renovation work has been halted.
Just here.
Here, in this space we're standing in.
Heard noise.
Sorry to disturb you.
Work went quiet.
Duck, why are you not wearing a hazmat suit? Isn't it customary when working with hazardous materials?
Scrape lead off ships.
I don't understand.
Been in a mine.
So?
I'm not dead.
Isn't it a requirement of a construction company?
Don't pay enough.
I see.
My own rules. For me. You need hazmat.
Well, I brought one, but as you probably know, there's no asbestos here. Someone removed it before the renovation work began. In a building this age, the pipes would be wrapped in asbestos, but there isn't any here.
So didn't do pipes.
I found a small piece of asbestos stuck in the metal joints of the ductwork. Your construction company halted the work on the same day it started. So except for the wall where the body was, the asbestos should be intact.
Just told to take down walls.
I'll let you get back to work then. Duck, it looks like my father's going to spend the rest of his days in care. I'm preparing our family house for sale, and there's some red and gold wallpaper that may diminish the potential of the home for would-be buyers.
Huh?
Could you remove the wallpaper?
Busy.
Well, when you're not busy, could you come take a look at it?
Busy a lot.
Duck, what did you think of Leo Terrio?
Didn't think about him.
You knew him, though.
Everyone did.
Did you like him?
No.
Why not?
Pushy.
How?
Made people do things.
Were you there the night of the Victory bonfire?
Everyone was except Buddy.
The RCMP officer? Why wouldn't he be there? He seemed pretty proud of the championship.
It was Tuesday.
Meaning?
Night off. Never here Tuesday night.
Where does he go on Tuesday nights?
Don't know.
But you were there. Can you tell me a little bit about the celebration?
Don't want to talk no more.
Sonny told me that Leo owed you money.
Don't want to get burned out.
Maybe if you tell me a little bit, I could help.
How?
Maybe I could find out why you were never paid for your work on the farm.
How?
I could tell you what I know, and you could fill in the blanks.
Yes.
Yeah, we did it! We did it! They said we couldn't, but we did. We put them in their place. Ha, they tried to take it from us, but they couldn't. One by one, you put the nails in their coffin. You showed no mercy!
Sounds like a rather harsh coach.
He was.
You said to yourselves, we will not be losers. And then, when they taunted you, you got pissed off. You got pissed off for greatness. You looked them right in the eye and said, you are going to respect me. You are going to fear the howl of the wolf. Tonight, you slayed the beast. And you did it by being Max Wheaton and Sam Levy and Emma Harrison and Josh Merriam. Now look at all the money I spent on this great mascot. How about you lead the charge to celebrate our killer goalie, Sonny Adams?
Hip, hip, hip.
Hooray!
Were Sonny and Leo very close?
Hip, hip,
Hooray!
He liked her, didn't have to pay her.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hooray!
Why not?
She worked for room and board.
Can I have everyone's attention? As you all know, our uniforms are just trashed. So, I got his new shirts.
Woo! Hey, Duck! Check this out.
Let's go.
Does the nurse have a drinking problem?
Let's not waste a night like this.
No.
Look at that awesome mascot. I'm going to go congratulate him on an excellent costume.
Got money?
Whoa, man, Duck, you're intimidating. Has anybody ever told you that? You're huge. You barely ever speak.
Ah, you didn't like him because he didn't pay you.
He'd find out which girl I liked, and then hit on her himself.
Winnie.
Oh God, here it comes. Coach of the year.
I just wanted to tell you how motivated we all were. For a gorgeous girl like you on the stands cheering us on.
Bugger off.
Did Nurse Winnie dislike Leo?
Yes.
Come on. We're gonna do this thing or
Why?
what?
Why?
Her son was bullied on hockey team.
Not now.
Her son went away at university?
Leave her alone, Leo.
Duck, what do you think of the new shirt?
I don't.
Winnie. When are you gonna dump this guy and talk to me?
He bothering you?
He does. But I wouldn't want you to harm him in any way.
I'm going now.
Hey, Doc. Lighten up. A night like this doesn't come around every day.
Then I left.
I see.
I'm going back to work now.
Doc, some people say that this church is haunted by the ghost of the minister's wife. Do you believe that?
I'm going back to work now.
I remember her story so well. It was so sad. I mean, I wanted to hear her sing, but of course I never did. I don't really believe anybody actually did. They just wanted to keep the myth alive.
You go now.
Oh, people always want to believe something. I wonder what really happened to her.
Don't talk.
Oh, how horrid it would be to wake up one morning and lose your voice.
Go!
I suppose there was some medical explanation for it, but of course they never even bothered to look into it, did they?
Stop!
Did you hear that?
I go work now.
What are you two looking at?
I go work now.
Duck! Let me know when you can come by and look at the wallpaper.
Told you. Busy! Why isn't anyone wearing a suit? I thought I'd find you here.
Rather impossible to hide anywhere in this town, isn't it?
Brought you these to look through. The church records.
Oh, and you brought me a sundae.
Actually, that's for me. There's a lot of stuff in there. When I opened it up, I found an old mitten and a pack of cigars.
Quite the treasure trove.
So if you can give a good look through, I think we can wrap this up pretty quick.
I see. So my investigative skills are to be used doing your paperwork for you.
Well, it's not my paperwork. It's necessary to find out whose body we found. I've got to be out on the streets making sure those damned ATVers are wearing their helmets. I don't want any more accidents on my watch.
Then you better make sure Helen makes it to the bathroom today.
What? Listen, if you can find out who was buried where, that will give us a clue.
And prove once and for all what you already believe.
You said at the beginning, everything always makes sense. It makes sense to look at the church records. Yet I hear you've been asking everyone about the night of the Victory Bonfire.
I am merely getting to know the town and gathering information.
All the information is in there, in black and white.
I'm beginning to get the sense that you like black and white.
Hey, sister, how's it hanging? That sounds weird.
Yes. Why don't you just ask, how are you instead?
No, I mean, it's weird to call you sister.
Well, since you asked, I would like to know about my father's condition.
Well, hello, Nurse Winnie.
Hey, Sarge. Haven't seen you in a dog's age.
I try to stay healthy, but the downside is I don't get my temperature taken by the likes of you.
I'm sure if I did take it, it'd be hot, hot, hot.
My arrhythmia acts up every time I lay eyes on you.
Ooh, want me to set up a medical for you?
Oh, dear Lord, grant me patience.
You can patrol my beat anytime.
And tolerance.
My doctor says I'm lacking in vitamin U.
And a weaker gag reflex.
You should have been here last night. My legs are so tired.
From running around in my dreams?
Oh, silly, from dancing.
I bet the place was hopping.
It was great. Mrs. Monroe was on the piano, and Mrs. Steve did the cha-cha with poor old Norman. There's not enough men to go around, so Norman has to just keep going until all the women get a chance to dance. Norman's not much for dancing, keeps asking if we could play dominoes instead. I said, you like playing tiles, right? He's hoping we can get your dad up dancing to take the pressure off.
Look, I just wanted to check with you about my father's condition, make sure he's comfortable, and then I'll be on my way. To be honest, I find this place rather depressing.
Compared to what?
Excuse me.
I always say, why don't you compare it to death? Then it doesn't seem that bad.
And of course there's Nurse Winnie here to brighten up the place.
Yes, she's quite the ray of sunshine. But the aroma still remains.
I know it smells, but you do get used to it. If you love someone enough, you shouldn't be able to smell them. Am I right?
I never disagree with beautiful women.
I've heard that love is blind, but not totally senseless. Now, look, about my father.
You guys, I had this really amazing dream last night. I had this dream that there was this treasure chest just sinking in the mud. So I tried to pull it out, and I kept pulling and pulling. And then I felt a cold, dead hand grab me. I can still see the entrails and blood and veins just dripping off this bony arm. Is that hot fudge?
Yes.
Doris is just cleaning Poppy up. They'll just need a couple more minutes.
Damn, where'd I put the spoon?
It sank to the bottom while you were talking.
Damn.
Here.
Yeah, thanks. I think I'll just get another. If Cupid calls,
Yeah.
it's 'cause I need my heart back. I trust you have everything you need.
An old mitten and a box of cigars. What more could I ask for?
Doc told me you're getting your family place ready to be sold.
Seems like you can't buy a bag of chips in this town without everybody knowing about it.
People talk about each other here because we care about each other.
I thought nuns couldn't own anything.
The money from the sale of the house will go into a trust fund for my father.
I saw this show once where this nun broke the nun rules. So to punish her, they cut off all of her fingers, and then her fingers turned into maggots and crawled into her mouth. This is good.
You can't even inherit your dad's money.
I'm taken care of. That's all anyone needs. Money is just a road to somewhere else. Wanting more money means you're not happy where you're at.
Well, I buy the $6.49 every week. Someday when I'm off in a tropical paradise, I'll send you a postcard.
Save the stamp. Now look, about my father's condition. I was looking in the medical chart.
You
I
read
realized,
medical charts?
yes, I just wanted to make sure that he is getting the oxycodone shot he needs every night before bed.
What's it say in the charts?
Well, it says that he is, but I find it curious that he is in so much pain right after the shot.
He's confused. I'm afraid it's a symptom of age.
I find that hard to believe.
I know, but it's going to happen to all of us.
Unless you die young.
Take Helen here. She's had 10 kids. Isn't that right, sweetie? Every time she goes to the bathroom, she thinks she's had another one.
I can see why. All of her grandkids are little shits.
And that's why you don't want to go to the bathroom, right, honey? And Norman's not much better. One time he said to me, "You come in here every day, and you have never once put out."
Charming. He thinks you're a hooker.
Too funny.
Look, I'm sorry to spoil the fun, but can we just focus? Although my father's body has suffered an impairment, there is nothing to suggest that his mind is not fully functional. So, I'm going to ask you to inquire about increasing the dosage of his medication. I will tell him that I've spoken to you. I trust you will do your best.
Always do.
Cool outfit, don't you think? I like that it's all black and the way it swings when she turns. She looks like a vampire.
She finds this place depressing. You know what I find depressing? Boring old nosy nuns.
I like her. She's odd, but there's something so peaceful about her.
Because she's dead inside. Doesn't remember how to have a good time. You can probably go and see Poppy now, sweetie. I'm going to put in a request to get her father's dosage increased.
Hi, Poppy. Hello? You here? You can talk. Just me. I said it's me. So, are you here? No? Okay, fine. I'll wait. This place is creepy. It's like I'm alone. But I feel like a presence. Like someone is actually here, watching me. I don't hear anything though. Maybe there's a way to make you sing. I want to make peace with the evil spirit that haunts this church. Oh, great spirit, I bid you to sing for me. I will celebrate your death as I feel the pull of my life towards the grave. Let me fall under the spell of your destruction to serve you and to bring good fortune to this house of fear.
Get it.
Never mind. It's the money Leo owed you. Just take it and don't speak about it, okay? You don't want to get burned out.
No, don't want to get burned out.
Oh, okay. You better go.
Okay.
Ah, what are you doing here?
I'm investigating a death, remember?
Oh, yeah.
I thought this place was under surveillance. Isn't there someone guarding the body?
I didn't see anyone. Better go.
Sonny, what are you doing here?
I was praying.
Praying?
Yeah. But now I'm done, so better get back to work.
Sonny, why didn't Leo pay Duck the money he owed him?
Well, because he didn't have the money.
Do you think it's possible that Leo wouldn't have paid him even if he could?
No way. Leo was a fair guy, and he cared about people. That was his weakness. He cared too much. He was always putting himself out for others. And look out if he liked a girl. He would literally bring her the moon.
I see. Tell me, is there something wrong with Duck?
They say something happened to him when he was 6.
What?
Nobody knows. I guess he used to be a really talkative kid, then all of a sudden he just sort of stopped speaking. People used to say the only thing he said was, "Don't want to get burned out."
Interesting.
Well, I gotta go!
Sonny,
Yes?
I hope your prayers are answered.
Thanks!
Where's the body? This is an investigation site. Why is it not cordoned off?
We buried the body. The town wants to move on.
The town wants to move on, so the investigation is complete.
Look, thank you for your help, but it has been a hard going, folks, these last few weeks.
I wasn't finished.
Look, something crossed my mind.
Oh, really? That must have been a short journey.
We could be investigating this thing forever.
And what would be wrong with that?
It's pretty clear that with the land freezing and thawing, over the years, the body just migrated because it was buried so close to the deteriorating foundation. It's obvious.
Is that what the forensics said?
Forensics.
Well, I assume you sent the body to the forensics lab.
Well, I'm sure that's what you do in the city, but here we just don't have the resources. We're a town of less than 2,000 people. The cost and red tape would tie this investigation up and all our resources for months, maybe years. No one is missing.
Well, so it's just all about the town then. What if that person wasn't from here?
I checked with missing persons from all the neighboring towns. There are no reports.
So that's it then.
Look, sometimes you're just like a dog with a bone.
Oh, look, when I have a mystery to solve, when I am confronted with a mystery to solve, I do everything I can. I don't give up until I have a satisfying answer. And I would think that you, being a man of science as you have purported to be, that you would be the same.
Look, sometimes you just have to make a judgment call.
And you have judged this person not worthy of the time and not worthy of the cost.
This person has passed. The people of this town have suffered enough tragedy. It is time to move on.
So that's it then.
I get it. You're from the city. You don't care. You go about your own business without any feeling for anyone else. I get it.
Oh, my concern is for this person who died.
My concern is for the living. Now you can consider this case officially closed.
Fine. You are the lead investigator.
Thank you.
Just one thing. Where do you go on Tuesday night?
What?
Tuesday nights. Why are you never available Tuesday nights?
I think that's my own business.
In a town where everybody knows everybody's business, I find it peculiar that you have been able to keep this information from leaking out.
Look, I know we asked you into this investigation, but I don't think that entitles you to my personal agenda.
I just want to make sure that your personal agenda doesn't mean that forensics are not done on this body. We are all children of God, and we owe it to each other to do everything we can to acknowledge the lives that are lived.
Forensics testing. If I do forensics testing, and it is indeed an old body from the graveyard, will you let this go?
I will!
Fine, consider it done!
Oh!
Still with us. Ugh. Thought you would have fallen asleep by now. Helen, sweetie, it's time for bed. Just close your eyes. The door's put a depends on, so there's not a thing to worry about. Just go to sleep. That's it. Sleep tight.
There's always someone here. Helen's right over there. What is that?
His nighttime dose. It's after hours. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
May I see it?
No.
I think I should be able to.
Medical policy, in case it's tampered with. I'm the only one on staff permitted to handle medication.
I see. So, what I am gathering is that you are about to give my father a shot of saline.
What makes you think that?
Because the oxycodone is in your pocket.
No, I think...
I wouldn't embarrass yourself by trying to deny it. So, here's what happens. You unlock the medication cabinet and sign out the oxycodone for my father. You fill a vial with saline. You give my father the saline, and you take the oxycodone.
Please, I will fix this.
My father is here under your care.
You don't understand. I can explain everything. Please.
I think I should just speak to your supervisor.
Please don't. I didn't want to cause any harm.
But you have.
Just, how do I tell you? I started taking oxycodone when my son tried to commit suicide.
What? Your son? The one away at university?
He's not away at university. He's in a psych ward. I just said he was at university so people wouldn't talk.
I don't see how continuing this conversation is going to help my father.
Please, just give me a chance to explain, please. My son Simon, he was on the hockey team. He was bullied relentlessly. I went to Leo about it. I asked him to step in. I told him it was his responsibility to make it stop. But he kept saying it was all part of being a boy, that he'd grow from the experience. Leo said he'd keep an eye on it, but he didn't. And it got worse. I went to Leo again, and again he brushed me off. I started to suspect he was encouraging it, using it to bolster the team. Then one day I found my son in the locker room with a needle in his arm. I got him to the hospital and there was just some time.
So you started taking oxycodone for your son?
I made up a story. I said Simon had won an unexpected scholarship in the city and we had to take it right away. Everyone was so happy for him, especially Leo. But I knew the truth. Every time I looked at Leo, I swear I wanted to kill him. I wanted him to feel the blame he should have felt. But instead he was happy, proud, vindicated. someone would say what a great coach he was, how he was such a good guy. It just about killed me.
The pain that we suffer does not allow us to inflict pain on others. We all have our crosses to bear.
You know what it's like here. You ran away from here with no concern for anyone but yourself. I couldn't run away. I say because these patients need me. I couldn't leave them. I did my best. I can stop, I swear. Simon's getting better and I can too. Please give me and my son a chance.
You just can't keep doing this.
I know, I'll stop. No one in town knows any of this. I just need you to help me keep it quiet.
I will be checking in on my father on a regular basis. If there is even a shadow of a doubt that you have stopped giving him his medication, I will report you.
Your father will be as comfortable as possible. I promise.
Fine.
Everyone doing here so late?
I know it's late, but thought I could sleep here tonight. Some of the guys from the hockey team are fixing up the section of the barn that got wrecked in the explosion, so I gave up my room so they could stay there while they worked.
You sure you want to stay here the whole night?
I'll be fine.
I'm gonna get going.
Poppy! Poppy! Leo! Leo, I didn't mean to, I swear.
But you did.
You're dead.
Where is she?
Who?
She should be here.
I don't know what you mean, who? Shh. What are you talking about?
This is not the way it's supposed to happen.
What do you mean?
Shh, quiet!
Don't go in there, leave him alone! I know you've come back to finish the fight!
Stop!
He's just an old man! Leave him alone!
Quiet!
I don't understand this. You're dead!
Let me go, Sonny. You need to let me go! Let me go!
So, here we are, God. What do you think? A body in a wall, a hockey coach killed in an accident, 2 deaths in the same small town in just 2 weeks. Is it a coincidence? A random occurrence? Or is there some overarching story guiding these events? Hello? Who's there? Hello? I suppose you think you're very clever. pretending to be the ghost of the minister's wife is going to scare me off the trail of the murderer. Well, I don't get scared.
There you are! Oh, you pray really loud.
Sonny, do you hear that?
Hey, God! Sorry to interrupt!
I wasn't praying.
Have you ever seen a dead person?
I've seen lots of dead people.
I thought so. So what do they want?
Sorry, Sonny, I'm having a very hard time concentrating right now.
I just thought, you being a nun and all, you could tell me what do they want.
What, dead people?
Dead people, what do they want?
I don't know. Sonny, what happened to you?
I saw Leo.
You saw him?
I talked to him. He talked to me. But he didn't make much sense.
Well, what did he say?
He asked if anyone was there.
Where?
Remember, I stayed at the nursing home last night. Leo appeared to me in the hallway. I tried to scream, but he didn't want me to.
How do you know he didn't want you to?
He told me not to. I saw the ghost of Leo.
Calm down, Sonny. Maybe it wasn't a ghost.
It was a ghost! I know it was a ghost!
Sonny, how did you get those bruises?
Well, I was scared, And I thought maybe he wanted to hurt Poppy.
What would make you think that?
And so I tried to stop him from going to Poppy's room. And when I tried to stop him, we struggled, and he hit my head on a door frame. But when I woke up, he was gone.
Gone?
Vanished. Disappeared. I want to know what to do if he comes back.
Well, what makes you think he's coming back?
I just have this feeling that he wanted something or someone. He was my best friend. And now he's a ghost and it's all my fault.
Oh, no, Sonny, calm down. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Well, I put a call into the city. They've got us on a list. I have to dig up the grave and find a way to ship the body, which is more time and money. So I hope you're happy.
Yes, good. Now, I want you to dig up the grave of Leo Terrio.
What? Are you serious? What am I supposed to tell the people here? Some crazy nun who likes to stick her nose in where it doesn't belong. She's got a fetish for dead bodies. No wonder everyone thinks nuns are creepy.
Sonny saw him.
What are you talking about?
I saw the ghost of Leo last night in the nursing home.
She said she saw a ghost.
Oh, she saw a ghost who struggled with her, told her not to scream, and smacked her head against a door frame. Doesn't sound like any ghost I've ever heard of.
The girl has an incredible imagination. Everyone knows that. She's borderline delusional most of the time. Now, because she says she saw Leo, you want me to dig up his grave? I'm sorry. That goes beyond my jurisdiction.
It was a ghost.
If she says it was a ghost, I, for one, believe her.
Let me get this straight. You're an atheist who doesn't believe in anything except ghosts.
I didn't say she saw a ghost. I said she believes she saw a ghost.
I did!
Oh, you know what I think? I think you believe in whatever you want to believe. I think you believe in anything that will make your life easier so that you can get back to whatever illicit behavior it is you're into on Tuesday nights.
Stay out of it. She saw a ghost. End of story.
She saw a man who, incidentally, is supposed to be dead.
Consider yourself officially removed from this case.
I know it was a ghost!
Sonny, I know what you think you saw, but in all the experiences I've ever heard of, no one has ever had that kind of interaction with the dead.
What kind of interaction?
One that leaves bruises.
Look, you Catholics have all sorts of goofy saints who saw and heard and did all sorts of goofy stuff. This is ridiculous.
I know he was a ghost. Because I